Hi everybody, Martyn at Flicking Feathers again today. Tying a wee dry mayfly for you. This is Barr's Viz-A-Dun. It's an effective little dun pattern. Sort of thorax dun, tied in the kind of American vein, maybe a wee bit more heavily hackled than you sometimes see European or British flies. But it's a good fly, it's durable, it floats well, catches fish, it's well worth having. As always, I'll put a materials list in the description, along with a link to the Patreon page for anyone that wants to support the channel, get access to the members only content, and be entered into the giveaways. You can also subscribe, hit the bell button so you get notified of the new videos. That's all, appreciate it. So I've got my hook and my vise. This is size 22 TMCO 101, the ring eye dry fly, and I'm running on some Uni 8/0 and light Cahill, which is basically the colour I'm using for this because I'm tying like a pale watery or a PMD. Obviously you just adjust the colour to suit the species. If it's a darker olive, like a blue wing olive, then you can use a different coloured thread. And I'm building a wee hump, a thread at the back, a wee ball. Just keep my thread corded up. And then we're ready for our tail. Right, this wee ball will just help to sort of splay the tail fibres. So for the tail I'm going to grab a good half dozen, maybe 7 or 8 fibres from a spade hackle. We'll tie them in so they are about the hook length at the back. Somewhere between a shank and a hook is fine. Just pinch them in, and then I'll tie back against the ball, and that sort of spreads your tail. I don't know how well you can see that, but it splays the tail quite nicely. Can you see it? Aye, I think you can see it. So trim my waist, and then we'll just tidy everything up, and I'm ready for my wing, which is poly yarn. Now, when you separate it off of the hank, right, or off the card I should say, it comes and it's like that thick. It's really too thick. You need to separate it an amount that you think suitable for the wing, and then melt the end with your lighter. Right, that just clumps it together, and it means you can get several flies out of your bunch. So tie-in point for the wing is further back than you would normally tie in a mayfly wing. You're looking at about the 2/3 point in the shank rather than the 3/4 point. It takes a bit of getting used to when you start tying these. Actually, like the kind of your instinct is to move the wing further forward. When you've got it tied in, put some turns in front just to lock it up, and then you can trim them away so they're at a wee angle, the butt pieces. Hackle, well, I'm using a light dun, obviously sized to the hook. This is a Metz I'm using. And you're going to want your genetics. The whitings are actually better for the really small flies, but in the colour, the keeper I'm using at the moment's Metz. The whitings give you several more flies per feather. So there, that's on the size 22. So usually you want the barb length to be gape and a half region. Just got to bare some stem. Then I'm going to tie it in front of the wing. Let's just see the positioning. That's nice. And I want the bare stem to end sort of in line with, maybe in line with the butts there, at the 1/3 point of the shank, say. Right. I'm not going to tie the hackle down anymore with my thread at this point. Right, I'm going to lift it and sort of wrap it into the wing, just to keep it out of the way. And I'll bring my thread back and just tidy that. Now, when I dub the body, I'm going to pull the hackle down to this point here and catch it with the lightly dubbed thread. And that's why you've left that extended bare stem. So I'm just using Superfine for the body, and this is pale yellow. Just putting a small amount of dubbing on. You don't need too much at all. Keep it nice and slim. Come right back against the tail. And then build your wee body. Now, you need to keep it slim, obviously, especially in the small flies. Sometimes the really wee stuff looks a bit chunky. It's like when you go to 24, 26, it can be hard to keep it thin, but just try. Keep your dubbing nice and sparse. And I'm going to come in front. Just eat that up. On a wee sort of tapered thorax area at the front there. And you can see now my hackle is tied back, and I've got space to put 2 or 3 wraps of thread behind the wing. Now, as I said earlier, this fly is very durable, and this is the stage that makes it durable. I'm going to take some vinyl cement. I'm using the TMCO soft cement, but you can use Wopsy do a vinyl cement. I'm sure other people do as well. I'm just a bit more. Just getting it into the back of that thorax region and into the base of the wing. Get the lid back in that. Spread the wing. In a sort of Viz-A-Dun fashion, so it's sort of wide across the wing, across the body like that, and then wind your hackle quickly before the cement dries. Going to get two or three in behind the wing, and then 2 or 3 turns in front. It will depend on your hackle, how heavily you want the fly hackled as well. That looks no bad. Tie it off. Just make sure your wing's still sort of spread out. That just helps you see it on the water. And I'll just come in, trim away my waste nice and close, and then you're basically ready for a wee tiny spot of dubbing. Tiny. Just to dress out the sort of head area in front of the thorax. I like to dub it back the way towards the hackle. And then just take an open turn to the front, and you're ready. Whip finish. And another. And when the vinyl cement dries, your wings, it'll stay spread, it won't collapse, and like your hackle's also stuck, right? It's also bound into that cement, so that even if a tooth nicks it on the underside or something, or anywhere, it's unlikely to break and uncoil, and you can still fish the fly. I mean, there's a good chance you would lose this fly before it falls apart. Just putting some head cement on, and this is just ordinary varnish, it's no the vinyl cement, this is like your Sally Hansen's or whatever. And to avoid the varnish going into the dubbing, especially on these really small flies, I just rest the needle on the eye and let the capillary action draw some of the varnish onto the thread. Now, I'm going to use a wee scrap of hackle just to clean that, and then on my straight scissors trim that wing a wee bit longer than the hackle, and then I like to just come in underneath, cut a V-notch along it. I would normally do this off the vise actually, but just so you can see. Cutting parallel to the hook, which will give you, how can I hold this so you can see it? I don't know how well you can see that actually. Grab a hackle plier. But you're not aiming for a flat cut. You want some hackle coming down below, right? It's just a V at the bottom. And there you go, that's Barr's Viz-A-Dun. It's a good wee fly, easy to spot, floats well, catches fish, and it's tough, durable. So I hope that was useful, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up below and subscribe to the channel. Tight lines guys, bye.